Hi there, this is Wayne Johns reading for the North Carolina Literary Review. We had some technical difficulties during the live stream reading right at the end there, so I'm going to record the two poems that I would have read, but if you haven't seen it, I highly encourage you to check it out on YouTube. It was an excellent reading, and I was honored to be a part of it. I'd like to thank Margaret Bauer, the editor of NCLR, and Jeffrey Franklin, the poetry editor, for inviting me to read. I'd also like to thank Allison Adele Hedge-Koch for selecting my poem, the second poem I'll read, for the 2019 James Applewhite Prize. The first one was a finalist the year before in 2018, so I'll start with that one. Renovations. I should have been more careful, tried to get closer as a child, watching my father restore, rewire, repair, then scale a ladder and walk across the ceiling of the world. He was always going up, coming down with tools, bucket, cigarette, balanced in calloused hands. I can't really say since we never touched, his hands were rough. That isn't true. He'd hold his index finger out as if pointing at me during Mother's prayers at supper. And I'd take it without question, like an infant, because holding hands is intimate, effeminate, and only gluttons and ingrates dare to ask for more than they've been given. But given all he did for a living, his hands must have been rough. Not for a living so much as to provide the roof, the food, the yard. He also fed and buried all the pets, birds, rabbits, dogs, in the back corner of the yard. Even the runt, our mutt, kept pushing from the box. I kept putting it back, tried to feed it with a dropper, then cried and watched from inside as he jabbed the ground, dug his heel into the rolled shoulder and stomped. Over and over, I watched so I'd know where to dig, though I don't know what I thought I'd find. It goes without saying, he was never thanked. You never even knew his silence was a kind of kindness. And this one is Meditation in a Glass House. Morning glory claimed the unmown field behind the house, even started scaling the stricken pecan. Its fallen nuts unripe or rotten, split black casings twisted into stars against the colorless sky. The trumpet flowers distend in the sun like blown glass. Stand still an hour and watch them shrivel. Up close, the pale ones have lavender pistils like the inside of a shell, a place where something slick lived. I keep wondering about these marks we leave in passing, how we're marked by what passes, flickering shadow of a flock heading further south. You never see this many in the city. Did you know morning glory flowers don't have any scent? They're just like the hummingbirds that sip from their blooms and cannot sing though their throats are flames. A silence encloses the field, church bells in the distance, children led out onto a playground, and then this pulsing stillness. Walking back to the empty house, I find a cicada casing, papery as a vespiary after all the wasps have flown. The way after you were gone, the house was just this tissue-thin layer of skin over my days. I watched a cicada drain new leaves once. It clung to the stem and wouldn't stop, even when touched. A hunger like that is indistinguishable from passion. It must require that level of devotion to split your shell and fly into a new life. Some moments it seems so simple to believe in a place where morning glory takes over the world until the first frost leaves shed petals like blued eyelids cased in ice. Each, as it melts, must be pried completely open. Thank you.